Hello, my friends. It is day 267, and we're reading Esther chapter 6 through Esther chapter 10. Before we get into our recap today, I want to thank you for taking a moment to check out this video. Hopefully, you're finding the yearly Bible reading program enjoyable, helpful, encouraging, and all the great things that the Bible is to us. We have the greatest honor of reading this book every single day without any challenges or, threatenings to our well-being. And it is a unique opportunity to do what we do. So I hope you're gaining a lot out of it, and I hope you are being blessed by the community. If you have not yet accepted the invitation to be a part of this group, it's not too late. You can jump on in by clicking the description box below and accessing that link, visiting www.selflesschurch.org, where we are preparing for next year as well. And we'll have more information in the next couple of days on how you can join that community as we build it out in 2026. But we're finishing up the book of Esther today. And what an amazing, what an amazing book. I mean, listen, we're talking about provision, protection, presence, providence, all in one book. And this is the covenant that God has with Israel. And to see that being applied to one individual's life, one family's life, and ultimately the nation's life is such a tremendous insight. One of the things we learn here is the blessings of being a Mordecai. So many times in life, we often resent or avoid doing good because we feel like we won't be noticed for it. We feel like we won't be appreciated. And the lesson I learned and I got from Esther is what authentic leadership teaches. And it is simply, it is best to do good for no other reason but to do good, to be who you are in private, in public, be that in private. So Mordecai, I think, had an awareness of who he was, what he means to the overall plan of God, what he means to the people of God, and what he means to the kingdom that he is submitted to. And he played, and I say played his role, but he did what he was supposed to do in such an incredible way that God could not allow, he would not allow this act to go unrewarded. My favorite part today was in this particular book where Haman is, obviously trying to set the people of God up, and he is all excited about being invited to the feast that Esther is hosting. And so when he's asked by the king, what should a person who is honored by the king receive, he begins to, lay out this long list of things that he intends to be given to him. And he doesn't even understand that what he's doing is setting up his enemy for a blessing. And if that didn't cause you to run around your house, around the block one good time, I don't know what will, because that was good to me. Listen, look what happens. He was so disturbed by Mordecai that whenever the opportunity was given him to, just enjoy the moment, what he perceived to be a good opportunity for himself, he couldn't even enjoy it because he was so filled with hatred over Mordecai. So in this passage, what we see is God doing, here's the point. What Mordecai received in this passage is exactly what God promised to Abraham he would do for his descendants. To those who curse you, I will curse. To those who bless you, I will bless. Okay, so look at chapter 6. The king asking, what should I do to honor a man who truly pleases me? Haman thought in verse 6, whom would the king wish to honor more than me? So he replied, if the king wishes to honor someone, he should bring out one of the king's own royal robes, as well as a horse that the king himself has ridden, one with the royal emblem on its head. Let the robes and the horse be handed over to one of the king's most noble officials, and let him see that man whom the king wishes to honor is dressed in the king's robe and led through the city square on the king's horse. Have the officials shout out as they go, this is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor. You can just imagine, this is so funny to me because he's sitting there like, oh, I can see his chest is puffed out, his head is up to the, lifted, his nose is to the sky. And then the king hits him with this incredible response. Excellent, the king says to Haman. Quick, catch this. Take the robes and my horse and do just as you have said for Mordecai, the Jew, who sits at the gate of the palace. Leave out nothing you have suggested. Boy, what a turn of events. What would it feel like for God to use your enemies to bless you? Haman took the robes. Afterward, Mordecai returned to the palace gate, but Haman hurried home dejected and completely humiliated. It just goes to show you how incredible God is. Here's the thing that's so good about this chapter is the king, for no other reason than the intervention, the providence of God, is troubled in his sleep. So he gets the attendant to start reading him history. And it is by God's own providence that he discovers what Mordecai has done. No other reason. And here's my point. And I know this has been said in such a cliche way, but here's what encouraged me. We should always do good for no other reason than to do good. If we live our lives doing good in order to receive something, we'll drive ourselves crazy whenever we don't get anything back in return. It'll drive us crazy. But if we do good for no other reason but to do good, God will watch. He will see it, and he will reward us accordingly. And we won't have to do anything to motivate or provoke the reward. God in his own providence will do what he needs to do to make sure we're well taken care of, and we are kept because we are committed to his will, not just the reward. So the question is, what reward or recognition did he get for what he did? Nothing has been done for him. And that's what sent the king on a quest to bless the man who had been forgotten. When you feel forgotten, brothers and sisters, read this text, read this chapter. Remind yourself that God has not forgotten you. He never can. He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. And I believe everything that Mordecai did was not just simply for himself. It was for God. It was his way of pursuing God. And so let that encourage you. I would love to know your thoughts. Leave them in the comment box below. Let me know what you're thinking and what stood out to you from the story of Mordecai, Esther, and Haman. I'd love to know your thoughts. Till next time, thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless. And remember, live by the word.